Hey everyone, it's Dan Young. No time for fancy video editing or anything like that, so please be patient with me as I muddle through this. Listen, next week, my friend Adam Gunn and I are going to be having a masterclass, and it's going to be on how to build a winnable game plan. And this is really through strategic partnerships, right? So basically, a fancy way of saying loan originator, realtor, get together and make lots of money collaboratively. So we've got some great material to share with you. And so here's some scary statistics. The National Association of Realtors says, the recent statistics says that 75% of agents will get out of the business in their first year, 75%. Now, even scarier, after just 5 years, 87% get out of the business. The 13% that are remaining, which this may be the worst stat of all, are earning at a poverty level or less. Absolutely crazy statistic. You wonder how anyone can do business. Now, throw into that all the craziness of the recent NAR settlement, yada, yada, yada. It can make for a lot of turmoil. But you know what? None of that matters, because I have a system that I've developed over the years. So I ask myself sometimes, how did I not only get in that 13% that survived, because I've been doing this now for 27 years, but how did I consistently stay at the top of that 13%? And I think it's because I simply ran out of crap that didn't work, okay, if I'm gonna be honest about it. But the good news is I navigated through the stuff that did. Now, since then, in the last couple of decades, I've had a mega team, I've owned a RE/MAX franchise, I've owned a Century 21 franchise, an independent label. I was a mega agent production system maps coach for Keller Williams, a team leader for Keller Williams, regional VP for another company. The list goes on, and I'm not saying that to be braggadocious. I'm saying that for two reasons. One, you want to know that I'm not just some other chump out there selling some bad information, or everybody right now is trying to pounce on this whole NAR thing, and it's so disheartening, because it's no big deal, and we will cover that if you'd like, if it hasn't already been like smashed into the ground by the time we get together next week. But that's number one. I want you to know that I do have a background and have an idea of what I'm doing, but I also want to point out that because of the fact that I've been in those leadership roles, a lot of time is taken into those roles, right? So you don't have a lot of time to sell. Here's the thing: I have a passion for teaching, I have a passion for coaching, I have a passion for helping others get to the level of production that they desire. I basically like helping people live the lives they want to live, right? Being able to do what they want, when they want, with the people they want, be able to pay for it. That's hard to do when you're in an ownership role. So really, by forced efficiency, I had to learn how to do that in a very little amount of time. So my claim to fame now is I consistently earn 6 figures selling real estate, working 5 hours or less a week. So I'm going to show you my formula on how I do that on this call. We're going to cover a lot of topics. So part of that, the reason, in my estimation, having coached a lot of agents as to why they fail, is because it's 8 o'clock in the morning and they have no clue what to do, right? They get up and it's like, So what do? They go to their broker or their manager, and their well-meaning manager who hasn't sold a house in 30 years gives them some advice. Go out, farm this area, send out this postcard that hasn't worked since 1972, that sort of thing. Or they look to the other agent in the office and say, well, they drive a fancy car, they must be successful, I'll just do what they're doing, only to find out that person is just ass deep in debt and no way to get out of it. So what I want to show you is how to build a winnable game plan. And what I mean by that is, number one, you need to know what game are you really playing, and we're going to investigate that both as a loan originator and an agent. What game are you really playing? Okay. Secondly, what's your avatar in that game? So there are a lot of different roles you can play in that game. Which one are you? I'll help you identify that, because that helps to step 3, which is building a winnable game plan. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of coaches out there that are teaching agents, go out and cold call FSBOs and expireds every day, and that's how you're going to make a living. And you know what? If you enjoy doing that, then fantastic. But in my experience, less than 2% of the people out there really enjoy doing that. So I'm going to show you all the different ways all the different ways that are out there for you to make a plan that you will execute, because you will find joy in a plan that you'll execute. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to, and by the way, been there myself, where all of a sudden you look up and you're like, I'm not enjoying this anymore. In fact, some days this just darn right sucks. And usually it's because you don't know what game you're playing, you don't know your avatar in the game, and you do not have a winnable game plan, or one that you'll enjoy executing at a high level. See, at a 13% failure rate, the challenge is that is not a winnable game by default. But I do believe if you do it by design, then it can be, and that's exactly what we're going to show you. So, if you're an agent or loan originator that you know you're at a certain level and you're really desirous to ramp it up, fantastic. This is for you. Perhaps you are already at the top of your game, but you have no life. Well, I'll show you how to get some of that time back. So here's what you'll get. You'll get more clarity on the plan. You get more freedom to do the things that you love doing, and you get more time to spend with the people that you want to spend with, right? Rather than chasing business all over the place. Because I'm going to show you some magnetic marketing thing on this call too. It's going to be a short call, relatively, right? About 45 minutes plus 15 minutes for Q&A. If we have time, we'll also cover my patented teamless team system, where I show you if you're on a team and you want to get off a team, okay, here's how you do it. Or perhaps you want to start a team, or maybe you want the benefits of a team, which I did, but I don't want the hassle of a team. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, never do it again. I use a system that I developed called Teamless Team. If we have time, I'll share that with you at all. So listen, if you want to get clear on what's going on in your life, if you want to have more life, if you want to learn how to work very closely with your partners in business, your lender and your real estate agent working together, there are many things that you can do together to leverage each other and both make a ton of money, okay? That's what we want to show you. I hope to see you there on the call. Adam and I are going to show up with our A game. So, you know, it's free, and no matter what, you're going to get something out of this call, I promise. This is Dan Young with Exponential Growth Systems, and I look forward to seeing you. Just click the link below and sign up. And even though we're only sending this to a few select people, if you're thinking to yourself, man, I know someone that can really benefit from this, you know, whether they're a loan originator or whether they're an agent, feel free to go ahead and share this with them, and they can sign up as well. All right, it'll be a Zoom call, so we've got a lot of capacity there, but we're trying to keep it tight. But you know, if you can help out a friend, that's what we're here to do. You have a wonderful day, and as we say in the Navy, hoo-yah.